My name is Dominic Anderson, and I'm currently studying criminal justice at Columbia College, Missouri. I'm taking Introduction to Speech because in my field of study I will be addressing small groups as well as large groups. I hope to get out of this Introduction to Speech classes some improvements that I could have so I can improve my public speaking abilities when I am actually in my field of study. During this speech I will be addressing several topics. First, I'll be addressing my strengths as a public speaker, followed by my weaknesses as a public speaker. Once I finish talking about my weaknesses as a public speaker, I will talk about a few topics that will help me improve on those weaknesses as a public speaker. Let's begin with my strengths. My first strength I would like to address is my experience within the law enforcement field. I believe that my experience within the law enforcement field is one of my strengths because of the interactions that I do have with the public. When I do interact with the public, on small scale and large scale, I am able to convey my ideas to them in a clear and concise manner. The second strength I would like to address is I am able to tailor my message to a specific audience. Whether the audience is young, old, or even a specific profession, I would be able to get those ideas across to them in an easier, more concise manner. The second half to that is my ability to adapt to listener feedback. Listener feedback includes my ability to be able to read my audience that I'm looking at and understand if they may not understand the topic or may not agree with the topic. I can then tailor my message as I'm speaking to either help them better understand it or, for example, sway their opinion more towards the opinion that I am looking for. Now that strengths are easy to talk about, some of the harder parts to talk about are your weaknesses. In the next part I'm going to be explaining some of my weaknesses in public speaking. My first weakness is my fear that I don't have enough knowledge on the topic to be speaking to the public. Along with this, my fear is that I don't have enough knowledge basis on it, so when I am speaking to the public, there's going to be one person in the audience that is either going to call me out on the subject or point out the fact that my facts are wrong or inaccurate. The second weakness that I'd like to talk about is my inability to resist distractions. While I'm giving a speech, I can be distracted by small distractions such as someone acting bored, not paying attention, or writing notes, to as large as someone just getting up and leaving the room. When some of these distractions happens, I can lose my train of thought, lose my focus, lose my motivation, and even my passion for even wanting to speak in the first place. So now that I've explained some of my weaknesses, I'm just going to explain a way that I can improve on some of those weaknesses. The first way I believe I can improve on some of my weaknesses is extra preparation time. I believe that by giving myself extra preparation time, it can help me in developing a better basis of knowledge on the topic. It can help me with my fear of being underqualified about talking on the topic. The second improve I'd like to talk about is, again, about my prep time. Is my inability to resist distractions. So my improve on my inability to resist distractions is focusing better on the audience that I'm talking to and the topics that I am trying to convey across to them. By focusing on exactly what I'm there to do, which is to impart knowledge on my audience, I can resist distractions and hopefully talk through a distraction as compared to be completely stopped by it. And along with this, I talk about extra prep time again, because by getting extra prep time, if I lose my train of thought and my motivation, at least I can start over with it or just continue on. In conclusion, overall, I know that I have some strengths, but that doesn't mean I don't have any weaknesses. And by addressing my weaknesses today, I hope that I can focus on my improves and become a better public speaker in general. Thank you.